Yo, it's Zone here from Ignite Within, and today I want to talk about anxiety. So, I think anxiety is pretty much the feeling that you get when you are unprepared, when you are unable to make sense of what's going on around you, so you just overthink everything, and this anxiety will drive you to stay exactly where you are because you think you're too anxious to do this. So first, let me get rid of the anxiety so then I can do it. But the truth is that anxiety is the result of you not doing it. Because if you do it and you face the fear, then you will have faced the pain and you will have had the experience to be able to make sense of things, and you will be prepared for what is to come. See, I think that the key to fulfillment, the secret to feeling the best you possibly can, is becoming mentally tough. And I'm really trying to advocate for this, because what happens when you become mentally tough is you have a higher self-esteem. You feel confident in your ability to take on different challenges. You have had enough experience to know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. And you've had enough experience to know that whatever there is to come, you're going to be ready for it. So there is no need to worry. And you can just be happy knowing that you are ready to keep pushing forward. When you get the feeling that there is two choices, if once you get a degree of self-awareness, if you start meditating and you just start paying attention to yourself and your emotions, you will realize that as you move throughout the day, you get this real quick choice. Every time you're doing something, you get this feeling of anxiety before you do something. And if you don't do the thing that you are supposed to in that moment, that anxiety you felt before it will stay in you, and it will compound. Over time, if you continue to not do the things that you were supposed to do, I don't know necessarily why these are the things that you're supposed to do, but there are things that we are supposed to be doing. And every time you don't, your anxiety will compound and it will get worse, and the feeling will become more intense and more intense until you feel completely crippled. You feel completely paralyzed and you can't do anything anymore. But the reason why it happens is because you aren't mentally tough. If you go and you face your fears and you have your dreams and you know what you want to do, and you go out and do them, you will become confident and you will not be anxious anymore. You will be extremely happy. I made a video before about how happiness, you don't need anything for it. That's because the whole point is that you can start happy, but you're not going to be able to stay happy if you're not doing the right things. We are alive. Life is a movement. Life is a moment, a movement. So if you stay and you don't do these things, you will lose your confidence, you will lose your happiness. Anxiety, it's like a wheel of emotions, and it's all in the same degree as boredom, anxiety, depression. These are all as a result of you not doing what you're supposed to. So if you are depressed, if you are anxious, if you're nervous, if you're bored, there is a reason for it. You need to evaluate yourself and you need to figure out what it is that you're missing. What are you not doing? A lot of people, I remember when I was in college, I saw a lot of people who hated being there. They hated being in college. And then they were depressed. They were bored. They were anxious. It's because you're still in college when you don't want to be there. If you don't want to be there, go do what you want to do. If you think that it's a choice, well, it is. But if you make the choice to do what you don't want to do, you have to recognize the fact that what you're choosing is these feelings, and you're going to have to pretty much learn how to cope with them. And that's going to be through drugs, some kind of stimulation to kind of numb your mind and dull your mind from it. And I mean, if that's you, like, that's fine. And some people can actually be fairly content living like that, because you can work a simple life, work a simple job, and kind of just cope, drink on the weekends, and hang out with these people to stimulate yourself, hang out with whoever, and you can make it through life like that. But at the end of the day, at the end of your life, just imagine, maybe you'll regret it. So what you have to do is, if you want to live the best you can, you have to recognize that you got to be mentally tough, and you got to start doing the things that you want to do. You got to start tackling the goals that you want. You got to start taking action. Every time you're not acting, it's boredom. It increases. So, like I said, evaluate. Figure out what it is that you are missing. And if you want to feel better, you gotta start doing these things. And you will not regret it. So, something I like to say, if you are having trouble acting, you're so deep in these negative emotions that you can't really see clearly, just to open your eyes, think to yourself, I always like to use the example of the gym because it's real simple, and most people, anyone who's watching my videos, they're probably working on themselves, so they probably go to the gym, so you can probably relate. So when you don't feel like going to the gym, what you have to tell yourself or ask yourself is, it's going to take time to get results. And you probably know that you'll probably get these results, but you're still not motivated. What you got to ask yourself is, what will I be like if I don't go? Like, just for the simple moment of one day, ask yourself. And then really think about it. If you want to, grab out a notebook and write down, like, in detail, in depth, what will happen if you go and if you don't go. And what I mean by this is you got to write down, like, the chain of events. How will going this day affect this and that? If I don't go, how will it affect this and that? You will see immediately that you're going to be happier and feel better about yourself if you go, and you're going to feel worse about yourself if you don't go. You're going to gain nothing from not going. If you go, it'll be easier for you to go the next day. You will have made a little bit of progress. If you go, you'll be in a better mood. You'll be more social. You maybe have a good social opportunity open up. If you don't go, most likely if you're not going to the gym, you're probably going to go do something very unproductive and kind of just chill somewhere. Do something like coping. And this is going to build up over time, and then it'll be easier to not go. And then if you don't go, maybe you're in a worse mood, and then maybe you miss out on some opportunities. You aren't thinking as clearly because it's proven that working out makes your mind more sharp. So, this is exactly what I mean. These kind of decisions are what you need to start hitting if you want to be feeling the best you possibly can, and be as prepared as you can for what's to come, and be as prepared as you possibly can to help out our community that we live in. So that's the video for today, baby. And you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope y'all get it done.